Yo, what's up, peeps? So I wanted to talk about something real quick. Um, so my internet sometimes I run slow, and I seen another extra device connected to it. So it tells you how many devices are connected to your modem or whatever, your router. And so I came over here and I was just like, all right, let me see, let me see how many devices are connected to it. And you can see right here, it tells you. One sec. I don't want to drop this thing. So if you guys can see, it says 5 devices, right? That's how many devices are connected to the router. And I was just like, how many, like, I was tripping out because I was like, okay, there can't be 5 devices, but it said 6. At first it said 6. So I know somebody's stealing our Wi-Fi because it's been slow. So 6, I was like, okay, let me think. What devices are on in my house that are connected to the internet? Okay, so I kind of was like, okay, the TV, my phone, I turned off my Xbox, so that's only 2 devices. So I'm still missing 3 more devices. Well, there was 6, but 5, right? So then I remembered, okay, well, both of my security cameras are connected to the Wi-Fi. So it shows those 2, my phone, and then the TV in the living room. So 2 cameras, my phone, the TV in the living room, and number 5 is the actual router. So that's 5. So those 6 devices, there was one more that I couldn't scan because when they heard me talking about it on my phone, they logged out of the Wi-Fi. Like they knew that I was going to check. So I downloaded these 2 apps right here. And I was going to change my password with the T-Mobile app, and I was going to go into the router and be able to change it or whatnot. But I have to wait till my brother gets home because he has certain details that I need to log into the app. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys. These are the 2 apps that I found that are really good. So the devices found. So this is what I could tell you. See, the Billion Electric Coal, those are both Reolink. And then there's my Samsung. The Nokia is the router. And the LG Web OS TV, that's the TV in the living room. So all these are accounted for. I know exactly what these are. And it can tell you, it pretty much helps you to determine if anybody's on your Wi-Fi. I mean, but this is just like basic stuff. There's like more, you can get way deeper into it and like ping people's IP addresses. You could take screenshots of people's IP addresses, and that gives you information of who they are. And that's the information that they don't want you to know. All right, so I guess I don't know if that's my IP 192.168.12.135. I don't know if that's my IP or not. I don't really give a shit. If you guys know my IP or I don't have nothing to hide. All these perps know my information anyways. So I don't really care about, showing this stuff because they'll get their grubby little hands on it anyways. So I can change my network. I mean, but that doesn't really matter. As you guys can see, I'm in California, Los Angeles. So security. You can get premium features where it helps you to like secure it more better, I guess. I'm not paying for that, but I like this app. It's nice, it's detailed, it shows everything. But I think I like this one a little bit more. Just because, you can do a speed test. It tells you, it just tells you a lot of different stuff right here on this one. Shows so it's just DNS server, but it's not showing my IP. Okay, so yeah, it's not showing my IP. Channels, these are just different I guess Wi-Fi that are around me. Okay, Wi-Fi list. Bluetooth. And I could check what Bluetooth devices. I already checked it. There's not really nothing around me. These are the same ones that are on the device, obviously. Gateway is the modem, the router, the 2 cameras, and TV and my phone. So yeah, this one I don't know. It just like for me, it seems like it's nice, but these are the 2 apps that I would recommend for somebody that is, you know, just cautious about who's on their Wi-Fi because, you know, we don't pay these bills, so other people could fucking leech off of us or steal our data or steal our you know, yeah, what all that stuff. Like we're not here to put like money in people's pockets. Like when you're smart to these things, you'll find out techniques to try to block these cowards, try to take safe measures, whatever you have to do to make sure that these cowards are not taking advantage of us. So like I don't really know that much about tech, but if I focused on something enough, if I really got bothered about it, I'd find a way to block them, or I'd find a way to make it difficult for them, no matter what the uh what the scenario was. I'll make a way to make it difficult for them. So they don't want you having the IP address. Like once you're able, if they're logged onto your Wi-Fi, it automatically shows an IP address. So if you scan it, there's ways that you can show IP. So I think, well, like say for instance, if I see devices, right, and I'll click on to let's just I'll just show like one of the cameras, the camera in the back, right? And it'll show the MAC address, IP address. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care about the camera if they seen, but this it shows you. You could ping it. You can remove device, wake LAN, find open ports, trace route. I don't know what exactly those. You have to look at them, but that's why I recommend these 2 apps are really detailed, and they help you to like just pretty much narrow down all the things you need to know about your Wi-Fi and your internet speed and all that stuff. So yeah, check them out. Let's see if I have anything else for you guys here.
Last question, Brother Yosef. What is the best elixir to help the pineal gland?
I would just tell people to take Harataki. I have not found nothing more powerful to open. Literally, the yogis in India will tell you this stuff will pop your pineal gland open just from taking it. Not only that, it will make you smarter, and it will make your blood oxygenated 300 times. I did a video on this back in 2018 with the Harataki. So I would recommend people taking the Harataki. It will take your pineal gland to the next.
When I first started making coils, I came across a few people who made very special coils like the Lakovsky coil. When I first started making coils, I came across a few people who made very special coils like the Lakovsky coil that had to be made in a certain way. There are master craftsmen who have the ability to make this. This is one large coil. The top and the bottom of the coil is the same. It's all connected. It's one coil, and it's different in the middle, as you can tell by looking at it. It's a power master coil. Only a few people have been able to manage to make this, and he was living in Iceland at the time. I'm sure he's not there now, but at the time, 15 or so years ago, he was in Iceland. The time has come. I'm willing to pass it on to someone who can benefit and appreciate this. To work with this, it has 2 copper ends. You put your thumb on one, forefinger on the other, and you can put your intentions in there. What do you want? Peace, love, protection, whatever. Put your intentions in there, let it go, and watch what happens.
One of the best things you can do is you take a Q-tip, dip it into the solution, and rub it around the inside of each nostril. Iodine is a very potent antimicrobial, and it's going to be diluted enough where it's not going to irritate your mucous membranes. But now we add the iodine, that's the icing on the cake, and that actually will directly kill off things in your sinuses. Then what you do is you gargle with the rest to get this material in the back of the throat. Then you gargle it for like 30 seconds, and then you spit it out, okay? And you do that twice a day with a 12-hour time frame between when you gargle it. So now we expose the back of the throat to this povidone iodine, which is a very powerful antimicrobial. So that way we can topically put something to start to break up this mucus. Now, of course, if this problem is an allergy environmentally, the best thing to do is to avoid certain parts of your environment and do fasting. Prolonged fasting improves the immune system, and also it actually can help even get rid of allergies. So that's one thing. And then as far as food allergies, the most common food allergy involves dairy. So I would just simply cut out dairy, and you're going to find many times that mucus will go away. Now, one more point about the mucus and where it's generated, okay? So if it's in sinuses, or if it's in the throat, or it's coming from the stomach, coming up, that's the most important thing to figure out. That's the whole point of this video, is to really isolate and dig down where the problem is coming from, okay? Now, I'm going to give you another thing to do that I did in practice that seems to work good, and I've done a video on this relating to sore throats, but you can apply this to this problem too. So if the problem is stemming from the back of your throat, okay, what you can do is a kind of a pressure point, acupressure point thing, where you're pressing on the back of your neck. Now, you can't press on the back of your neck. You're going to have someone do it to you. But I did a video on it, and you basically have someone take their two fingers right here and press in the vertebra, in the back part. And then what you do is you kind of isolate where that irritation is, or where that mucus is coming from. It could be like right here, it could be lower, it could be somewhere through here. And then what you do is you draw a circle around to the back part of your neck. Now, if you think this is weird, I understand, but it really works. You have to try it, okay? Once you isolated the exact opposite point in the back of your neck, you have someone press into that point. And the way that you know that you found the right points, because sometimes it's hard, is it'll be very, very sore. So have the person kind of go up a little bit higher in the neck or a little bit lower until they find the exact point where it's really tender. And then you have them apply that pressure for a period of 2 minutes. Now the fingers might get tired. You don't have to press that hard, but you're going to start feeling things breaking up, or things kind of draining, or things feeling less congested or irritated. I don't know exactly why it works, but it works, and I've done it many, many times. In fact, I would have people fly in from different places around the country for this problem, and I would work on them through the day. Within a few days, it would greatly help them, if not completely get rid of it. So this is just another thing to do, which is a very ninja technique. And so if you have someone around you that can do this on you, that's great. I have built a device, a do-it-yourself device. You can get that too. I'll put some videos on how to apply that, but it's a little massage tool that you put in the back of your neck, and you can lay back and let gravity put pressure in the back of your neck. But you can apply pressure at different points in your spine to help whatever's going on this side right here. If there's some type of place where you're getting irritation in your throat, whether it is a sore throat or just a point of where you're generating mucus, because some people generate a mucus from their larynx, okay, and that's their voice box, and they get hoarse, so they have all this mucus generated from that. This is a great technique. When I did a video on this, I had so many success stories of people doing this, so you can read them, check it out, try it. If it works, great. I mean, what do you have to lose? You don't want to do anything to lower your immune system. You want to enhance the immune system. The immune system is ultimately the thing that's going to heal you, not anything else, not a remedy. So all you're doing is assisting the immune system. So garlic is at the top of the list. Consuming more garlic. Garlic through the day. Garlic in your food. Very potent anti-everything. I'm talking about antiviral, bacterial, yeast, fungus, mold, biofilm. Garlic should be at the top of the list. Number 2, no sugar. Sugar feeds these microbes, especially if you have fungus, yeast, or candida. Okay? Avoid all sugar. And then there's 3 remedies that I always recommend for the immune system. A lot of vitamin D, minimally 20 to 30,000 IUs every single day. Vitamin C, make sure you do a natural version, not the synthetic version. And then zinc. Those 3 are the go-to for every single immune problem. I would recommend that. And then lastly, I would recommend if you have coughing, let's say you have a small child that's coughing at night because of this mucus, sometimes you can take calcium lactate, and that will just suppress the cough. It's a good remedy for coughing. That could be mucus related or not, but coughing through the night, especially for kids or adults, take the calcium. If you look up one of the symptoms of low calcium, okay, hypocalcemia, that would be laryngeal spasm. So you get muscle spasms, especially in this area right through the...
Okay, we'll see if I still have an account after this post, but I felt like you were being vulnerable in reaching out, and I have 4 children myself, and so here we go. This is Dr. Autoimmune. My name is Dr. Ian. I practice functional medicine in Boulder, and I've been doing it for 14 years, and I work with chronic and complex clients, almost autoimmune exclusively. So every single time that you're dealing with a complex issue, there's usually genetic involvement. When you just said that your other son, had a negative reaction to the Okay, we'll see if I still have an account after this post.
There is no law, and to date,
All right, man, you're gonna want to stop scrolling.
I was today years old. The devil hates.
This film shows a woman who has been diagnosed. This film shows a woman who has been diagnosed with a cancer in her bladder. Western doctors say they can do nothing. They say, we can't help you. There are 3 practitioners trained to feel just the right feeling, as if the woman is already healed. One image is before the healing, and one image is actual time, real time, so we can see the healing happen.
I'm going to say this really slow.
The number 1 oxidative disease that we have right now is cancer. The number 1 acidic disease we have is hyperketoacidosis, also commonly known as diabetes. Secondarily, the acidic diseases are really associated with all your inflammatory responses. That's your arthritis, your irritable bowel syndrome, fibromyalgia, things like that. All of those autoimmune are inflammatory, highly aggressive diseases that are based on acidic responses because there's a rapid oxidative process that's creating the stress. As you drink this water, this number here is so high. A lot of people want to get their antioxidants up, and they're worrying about alkalinity and things like that. To get your antioxidants up, green tea is one of the most powerful antioxidants that we knew. And it's only like negative 37. Like acai berry is supposedly in the negative 40s. Georgia muscadine is in the 60s. This water, standard drinking water, is anywhere from 450 to 500. And when you're dealing with a special disease process, the number 1 oxidative...
Never hand your iPhone to a cashier. ticket taker, the police. Every single, never hand your iPhone to a cashier, ticket taker, the police, or anyone you don't trust without doing this first. Here's what you need to set up in advance. Go into settings and then down to accessibility, and then go down into guided access. Make sure guided access is turned on. Now go into an app and then triple tap the side button to enter guided access mode. You'll see it as one of the options there. Now the first time you do this, and only the first time, you've got to go into options here, turn everything off, then start. You're going to have to enter a passcode. Break that and verify. Now you're in guided access mode and none of the taps on your screen will have any effect. To exit, triple tap the side button, then enter that special passcode you created. Then tap end. The next time you triple press and choose guided access, it goes right into guided access mode. So now you can hand your iPhone to somebody without worrying so much about what they may do. When you get your phone back, just triple press the side button to exit.
Every single person on planet Earth is forced to take the mark of the beast. It is not a choice. Did you know that the Bible says that? I'm going to show you in your Bible.
XRP is a con.
Last question, brother.
Question about the terrorism list. What process is afforded a U.S. citizen, not someone who's overstayed a visa, not someone who crossed the border without permission, but an American citizen, what process is currently afforded an American citizen before they go on that list?
I'm sorry, there's not a process afforded the citizen prior to getting on the list. There is a process should someone feel they are unduly placed on the list.
Yes, there is. And when I say process, I'm actually using half of the term due process, which is a phrase we find in the Constitution, that you cannot deprive people of certain things without due process. So I understand Mr. Good's idea, which is wait until your right has been taken from you and then you can petition the government to get it back. I understand that that's his idea. My question is, can you name another constitutional right that we have that is chilled until you find out it's chilled and then you have to petition the government to get it back? Is that true with the First Amendment?
Sir, there are strict criteria before...
That's not my question, ma'am. That is not my question. My question is, what process is afforded a United States citizen before that person's constitutional right is infringed? And he's fine with doing it with the Second Amendment. My question is, how about the first? How about we not let them set up a website or a Google account? How about we not let them join the church until they can petition government to get off the list? How about not get a lawyer? How about the Sixth Amendment? How about you can't get a lawyer until you petition the government to get off the list? Or my favorite, how about the Eighth Amendment? We're going to subject you to cruel and unusual punishment until you petition the government to get off the list. Is there another constitutional right that we treat the same way for American citizens that we do the Second Amendment? Can you think of one? Can you think of one?
I don't have an answer for you, sir.
Question about the